Hello and welcome back to Tekkit Space Speedrun with me, James ES. As you can see, today is the turn that I can English, I promise. Today is the day that we work on the base, and that's exactly what I started doing. I wanted to get that mineral processing place up and running, and that's exactly what I've been doing. So I guess what I was doing here was I thought I'd make a quick run to the Nether, get some lava, because oh no, that's not what I'm doing at all. Sorry. Remember how last episode that lava was stopping the quarry from building? I basically used unmine to get the coordinates of it, and this is just me. They're fucking sticky keys. Every time. Bloody hate those sticky keys. This is me getting rid of it, basically. And I massively underestimated how much fluid those drums can actually take, because it looks like there's a lot of lava there, right? Barely fills them up at all, which just makes you realise how much lava we're pulling out of the Nether right now. I think that's probably the biggest Nether lava lake I've seen, so I wasn't doing that at all. I thought I'd go in and have a look anyway. Should I switch it back on again? That's a bit of a waste of energy. Oh no, it's off, okay. So, now I believe I was just, oh yeah. So, using this excellently terrible system, I was using it to make loads of glass so I could have loads of tanks for that one that runs all the way up from the lava storage area right the way up to the surface and beyond. And feeding off of that is going to be the mineral the automated mineral processing area. And I tell you what, my god. Oh, by the way, when I recorded this, I was so tired, so I did some pretty dumbass things. It was just forgetting odd bits and having to keep going back and forth. So yeah, that's what I mean by the thing coming out the top. Just checking those, seeing if they're alright. Obviously there's no way they'll be done yet. So, yeah. So what I ended up doing again later that day was drinking more, recording a ton of footage. So much I almost filled my hard drive, because I just wanted to get that mineral processing done. So rather than the planned sort of rotations, where it was going to be one episode working on the base, one episode exploring and basically going on an oil hunt, and then an episode working towards the space sensor. But instead I just focused all my efforts to making that mineral processing. And my god, was it more complicated than I thought it would be. It's not that it was difficult, it's just there's so many little bits of recipes, so many things. Although I will admit, actually, when it started out, it was really exciting, because there's loads of epic battles and stuff that had to take place, yeah. Because some of the materials that you need are like blaze rods and stuff. I found a blaze spawner before I even started the series, but fucking hell, I have never seen so many blazes spawn from one spawner. It's I think it must have been bugged or something. And I did have help, but you'll have to wait and see. This is why I don't like recording loads of episodes ahead of time, because I know what's going to happen next, and I just spoil future episodes. I was just checking to see what I was just doing was I was checking to see if we've affected the lava levels at all, because in my old single player world, I actually ended up draining it, the Nether lake, but that is a huge lava lake. Also, there's a slight flaw in the plan that I'm currently working on, one that I will fix, obviously. There's no output for the ME system collecting the fluid. Originally there wasn't meant to be. However, the ME system that controls the mineral processing and has like, which is basically just going to have all the stuff on it that's going to be accessed from all different areas of the base, needs constant power, and basically just from that one tank, it's just over time, especially like as the server's running and when no one's online, because there's chunk loaders in the area, it's just gonna always be draining down there. It's gonna run out of power, which isn't so much a problem if that ME part of the ME system was just used for mineral processing, because then you could only have it running when the quarries are running. But because I want to access the materials on that system from anywhere in the base at any time, it complicates things a bit. It means I always need to have that running, which means I need to somehow redesign it so that the actual drives that store the items are not on the same circuit of power as like all the machines that, you know, like the pulverizers and the furnaces and stuff like that. I think this is literally just me. There we go, look, Quarry's all good to go now. Oh yes, I was going to fire up the Quarry. Oh, but I'd already built these. Okay, look, I was so busy blabbering away. Yes, I've made magmatic dynamos. You can see how this is going to work. They're going to power all the machines. That chest is just keeping stuff that I'm going to use later on when I build the place. I obviously had to get rid of this because I thought that maybe that yellow thing, which didn't want to go away, it's one of those things where you just like re-log and it goes away, would interfere with the quarry, so I just, you know, had to get rid of that. Oh, okay, fair enough. I thought I was going to go and actually turn the quarry on, but apparently not. Like I said, I was tired. I wasn't thinking straight. There's loads of little things I did that are pretty stupid. But here is just me building up. I'm literally just building up all the machines necessary for the mineral processing center. So in the end, although I doubt if you are watching this that you probably didn't watch my old Tekkit series. The way I did it with that, originally I did it with like Buildcraft pipes, but then when it was when I was messing around with single player that I realised you can make it completely efficient and have no overflow if you do it all through ME systems, which is what I'm opting for here. Which means you don't need as many machines at once to be able to stop overflow, because that was my way of dealing with it before. I made like, how many pulverizers did I have? I think I had 3 pulverizers and then something like 4 redstone furnaces, because my logic was what pulverizers do is they double the output of what you put in, so I'm going to need twice as many furnaces. I know that's not twice as many, but I think that's how many I made. And then I was still having overflow problems because as items were flowing into the system, basically what was happening was there'd be like a stack of iron in one. It was especially bad with the redstone furnaces because the pulverizers have like byproducts. I don't know if you've probably noticed that, and if you play Tekkit too. Oh yeah, this fucking annoyed me. My cables kept catching fire. I thought it was because they were being overloaded, but it was just because that lava was there. It was so obvious. I didn't know that cables were flammable, but I guess they are made of wool and iron and aluminium, so I guess it does make sense. But there's still Tekkit classic logic in me, unfortunately. I have to admit, in terms of cables, I think Tekkit Classic was better. I really liked Industrial Craft, and it's a shame it's not in this, but it is true, they have replaced literally everything that was in Tekkit Classic in this, but it's just more up to date. And it's like it's jumped forward in time, because Tekkit Classic stuff was like, I don't know, there was so much to it that even after years of playing, I never got around to doing everything. But the one thing that is sad that they don't have in this is frame motors. However, they cause problems on my last server, because basically how they work is, I should talk about this really, but long story short, you can make spaceships. I found out this by another player on the server, by another faction, because I saw theirs, and I was like, I want to make one, but I'm going to make, like, mine's going to be better than theirs, because we're just like competing all the time. That's how we used to play. And basically I made this big, like, giant floating death platform. Basically what I did, see, what theirs was literally just a spaceship that could be flown around, and that's literally its purpose. What mine did was well, no, you kind of, I think they had automated control as well, but mine had a force field. The modular force fields is in this, by the way, but the thing is, because it moves, it can only move when the force field is turned off, otherwise it sort of glitches and the force field stays where it is, but the actual projector and the whole ship moves and it fucks everything up, which causes crashes. But the fact that I could just park it above someone's like base, put the force field up, and there's nothing they could do about it. But that's not even the coolest thing about it. There were these rings, like power rings, like there was one called Archangel Smite which shoots arrows, like homing arrows. I built 4 of those like in deployers around it so it could fire arrows at pretty much anyone who tried to get near it if the force field was down. And the best part was the fact that it could drop nukes. Yeah, I automated that as well. And because they have wireless redstone, you had you could set, once you've wired this all in with redstone, you've got basically different frequencies to activate different things. So like I had a nuke button, I had a drop nuke button, a drop nuke frequency even. But you could sync up remotes, so I had like multiple remotes. I had one for the force field, one for the cannons, and one for dropping nukes, and obviously for movement controls and stuff, even though I think I just left movement controls on the actual ships because I like to be on it. But it was awesome. But whenever I parked it, I had the force field up. But the server crashed midway while it was moving, so it sort of split in half when I reloaded up the server, and nothing could be done about it. Thing is, the only reason it happened is because the frames, God, I've not talked about this episode at all. So basically, yeah, Quarry's up and running. I've built a good few amount of the machines for mineral processing. In fact, I've built almost all of the machines for mineral processing, including the ME ones, I believe. And look, I'm building one of them right now. And really, that's basically what this episode was. It was just me building up everything that I needed to get the mineral processing up and running, with the exception of the ME64K drive. May not have been completely necessary to have a drive that large, but that's me being tired, forgetting the recipe, realising I need 2 copper, trying to do it by memory. There we go, that was it. That was the last bit of machinery that I needed. Then I decided to sort this out because it was being weird, as usual. And yeah, that's it. Look at all that fluid. Anyway, guys, that was it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, hopefully. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is me, James Yes, saying goodbye any second now. Or not. Now. Bye. Bye.